Nora lived in a small village nestled between two towering mountains. The village was named Whispering Pines for the sound the wind made as it rustled through the trees. Life in Whispering Pines was simple. Everyone knew each other. They helped each other. Nora loved her village and its people. Nora lived with her grandmother, a woman known for her kindness and wisdom. They lived in a small cottage at the edge of the village. The cottage had a garden filled with colorful flowers and herbs. Nora spent her days helping her grandmother in the garden and playing with her friends. One day, while playing hide-and-seek with her friends, Nora stumbled upon an old, dusty attic in her grandmother's cottage. She had never been in the attic before. It was filled with forgotten treasures and trinkets. Cobwebs hung from every corner and the air was thick with dust. As Nora cautiously navigated through the attic, her eyes fell upon a wooden chest tucked away in a dark corner. She blew off the layers of dust and slowly lifted the heavy lid. Inside, beneath stacks of old clothes and faded fabrics, lay a rolled-up piece of parchment. Nora's heart pounded with excitement as she unfurled the parchment. It was a map. It looked ancient, the lines faded and the edges frayed. The map depicted a winding path leading from the heart of Whispering Pines to a hidden location deep within the mountains. Intrigued, Nora examined the map more closely. At the end of the path, a symbol resembling a shining star marked a spot. Could this be the location of a hidden treasure? The thought sent a thrill through her. She'd always loved stories of adventure and treasure. Nora felt a surge of determination. She would find this treasure. She knew it wouldn't be easy. The mountains were vast and full of unknown dangers. But she was brave and resourceful. She would face whatever challenges came her way. She carefully rolled up the map and hid it under her shirt. Then, with a heart full of hope and a head full of dreams, Nora crept out of the attic and set out to tell her grandmother about her amazing discovery. She knew her grandmother would be just as excited about the map as she was. Early the next morning, armed with the map, a knapsack filled with provisions and her grandmother's blessings, Nora set off on her adventure. She followed the map's path, which led her past the familiar fields of wildflowers and into the dense forest that bordered Whispering Pines. The forest was a different world. The air was cool and damp, and sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy of leaves. As Nora ventured deeper, the path grew narrower and more treacherous. Thorny bushes tore at her clothes, and unseen creatures rustled in the undergrowth. One evening, as dusk settled over the forest, Nora found herself face to face with a pack of snarling wolves blocking her path. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she stood her ground, remembering her grandmother's advice to never show fear in the face of danger. Nora took a deep breath and bravely faced the menacing creatures. Thinking quickly, Nora gathered a pile of dry leaves and twigs. She struck a piece of flint her grandmother had given her against a rock, creating a shower of sparks that ignited the kindling. The sudden blaze startled the wolves and they backed away, their eyes gleaming in the firelight. Nora had outsmarted the wolves. Continuing through the forest, Nora encountered a rushing river blocking her path. The current was too strong to swim across. Discouraged, Nora sat down on the riverbank, wondering how she could possibly cross. As she pondered her next move, she noticed a young man sitting on the opposite bank, fishing. He had kind eyes and a friendly smile. He introduced himself as Seymour, a traveler who had been exploring the mountains. Seymour listened intently as Nora explained her quest for the treasure. Touched by her determination, he offered to help her cross the river. Seymour had a small, sturdy boat hidden amongst the reeds. He skillfully navigated the boat across the rushing water, bringing Nora safely to the other side. Grateful for Seymour's help, Nora invited him to join her on her quest. She had a feeling that having a companion would be invaluable on this perilous journey. Seymour, intrigued by the map and Nora's unwavering spirit, readily agreed to join her. Section 5. The Power of Two. Together, Nora and Seymour faced the challenges ahead as a team. They shared their food and supplies. They watched out for each other's safety. They encouraged each other when their spirits dwindled. They encountered numerous puzzles and obstacles along the way. Crumbling bridges had to be crossed. Hidden paths had to be revealed. Ancient riddles had to be solved. But with each challenge they overcame, their bond grew stronger. Nora's sharp mind and Seymour's practical skills proved to be the perfect combination. Nora's knowledge of local legends, passed down from her grandmother, helped them decipher cryptic clues left behind by the mapmaker. Sama's strength and agility proved invaluable when navigating treacherous cliffs and steep mountain paths. As they journeyed deeper into the mountains, the landscape grew more rugged and unforgiving. They faced howling winds, blinding snowstorms, and treacherous rockfalls. But through it all, their determination never wavered. They knew they were getting closer to their goal. Finally, after weeks of travel, Nora and Sama stood at the foot of a towering waterfall cascading down a sheer cliff face. The map indicated that the treasure lay hidden behind this waterfall. With bated breath, they searched for a way to get behind the cascading water. Suddenly, Samer spotted a narrow ledge concealed by the mist. Carefully, they made their way along the ledge, the roar of the waterfall deafening. The ledge opened into a hidden cave illuminated by soft, ethereal light. In the center of the cave stood a massive door carved with intricate symbols. This had to be the entrance to the treasure chamber. Working together, they deciphered the symbols on the door. They realized that the symbols represented different constellations in the night sky. As Nora recited the names of the constellations in the correct order, the door slowly creaked open, revealing a sight that took their breath away. The treasure chamber wasn't filled with gold or jewels as they had imagined. Instead, it housed a vast library. Shelves upon shelves lined the walls, stacked high with ancient books and scrolls. The air was thick with the smell of aged paper and leather. Nora and Sama exchanged astonished glances. This wasn't the treasure they had expected, but they sensed that it was something far more valuable. They had discovered a treasure trove of knowledge, a legacy left behind by a long-forgotten civilization. They spent days exploring the library, marveling at the wisdom contained within its walls. There were books on history, science, philosophy, art, and countless other subjects. They realized that the true treasure wasn't material wealth, but the gift of knowledge. A treasure that had the power to enlighten minds and change lives. With newfound purpose, Nora and Samer carefully packed as many books and scrolls as they could carry. They knew that this knowledge had the power to transform their village and improve the lives of their people. Their journey back to Whispering Pines was filled with anticipation. They couldn't wait to share their discovery with their community. They arrived back in the village, weary from their travels, but their hearts bursting with excitement. The villagers gathered around, eager to hear about their adventures. When Nora and Sama revealed the books and scrolls, a hush fell over the crowd. They had returned, not with riches, but with something far more precious. The village elder, a wise old woman with twinkling eyes, recognized the significance of their discovery. She declared that the library would be housed in the village square, accessible to all. She believed that knowledge should be shared, not hoarded, and so it was. The villagers, inspired by Nora and Sama's courage and their belief in the power of knowledge, came together to build a beautiful library in the heart of Whispering Pines. The library became the heart of Whispering Pines. Children flocked to learn to read and write. Adults gathered to discuss new ideas and share their knowledge. The village thrived as its people embraced the transformative power of learning. Nora and Sama, hailed as heroes, knew that they had discovered a treasure far greater than gold or jewels. They had found something that had the power to change lives and shape destinies. The legend of Nora's epic quest for the treasure of hope became a tale whispered from generation to generation in Whispering Pines. And though the mountains surrounding the village held many secrets, the villagers knew that the greatest treasure of all lay within the pages of the books in their beloved library. For it was there that they discovered the true treasure, the power of knowledge, the importance of community, and the enduring strength of the human spirit.